consider, oh my God, what is happening? My organization is for sale. You kind of get that doom and gloom. I want to submit to you this. Don't give in to it. Your job as one of the leaders of your organization is to continually project how you're going to adapt and improvise and overcome. Sound like a U.S. Marine, right? That was a little joke. Okay, thank you. But how do you adapt to this new change in your environment? Your ultimate goal is to see the smooth transition of the hospital from one owner, the community, to another owner, a private organization or publicly. But anyway, the point is that somebody else will own it, and that organization may have some changes, and likely they will. But how do you transition, help your donors, your board, your staff, and see some of your key community members to help understand the process? Because they will go through that same level of emotional processing. You can all picture it in the logical part of your brain. But remember, just like anything else, giving is purely an emotion, for the most part. So you have to process it.
I'm sorry, I'm assuming everybody in here works for a not-for-profit, or you wouldn't be at AHP conference. So unless your hospital is about to be sold to a for-profit organization, your interest is probably not so much in what happens to me and what happens to my foundation, but you do have an interest. And your interest is in making sure that the community is compensated adequately for the sale, and what's going to happen with indigent patients and patients who can't pay for health insurance because they're going to end up coming to you probably. So there's a reason why you ought to know the details about what happens in a for-profit sale, even if you're not directly affected, because indirectly it's going to affect healthcare in your community.
Thank you. You know, one of the things that the Attorney General will require as part of that application process is an evaluation, an independent marketing consultant, which the seller will pay for, by the way. At least in California and Washington State, the seller was forced to pay for it. What they're looking at is an analysis of the impact of the market. What will happen if this sale goes through in terms of access to care, in terms of where will these patients go, as Jim referred to? Is there a potential for a monopoly or a restriction of competitiveness in the market? In some cases, you may have to do an FTC compliance threshold determination. It's called the Hart-Scott-Rodino audit. Again, you don't have to necessarily worry about doing that. The organization that's handling the sale, they'll take care of all that nuts and